Hello, Ant-Man DP. Does the island look like a Yoshi's head yet? Nope. Hello, Shackle Shell Anemia. I'm only here to tell you your audio skips. Alright. I think I fixed the audio skips though, because I stopped using NVIDIA Broadcast on OBS. I think today we want to work on the water. Hello Skyloft. Hello Micron Online. I am glad you liked the video. All chat instead of top chat? I didn't know that was a thing. So, over the past week, I spent a lot of time completely rewriting Mario 64's audio engine. I am now almost finished. There have been great improvements. It's a lot more memory efficient. It can do a few cool new things. And now I understand the whole code base, meaning it's going to be very easy to debug any problems that may occur, which is very useful for the project as a whole. It's also all my own code now, or well, mostly all my own code. The interfacing with the RSP is still Nintendo's code. But the interfacing with the RSP would be removed anyway if we made this like our own game. So I think we're fine legally to just use this in our own game now, the audio engine. Because all of it is completely different. As long as we change the way we interface with the RSP as well, or like remake it in our own words. I didn't know that was a thing. What does it do? I've never been in a YouTube stream. Anyway, our work today is here in the overworld. We already picked out a sand texture and a wall texture here. Next we want to pick out a water texture or maybe a wood texture. The original overworld had really nice rocket robot on wheels texture that I kind of want to use again. Oh, I see, that makes sense, Shackle. That does seem like something YouTube would do. Let's do this wooden part first, because it's gonna be a lot easier, and it's gonna make the game look so much better when we boot it. So you got some of the clips? Probably. Hello Asku. Let me take a look at the Overworld too. Toxic medication. I love this song. It's too bad I can't sing. If I could sing, I would sing so much more. Oh, I see, Kyle. Well, I'm using a chat combiner, so I can't actually see anything like that. Like, I don't have that option. Tanya Innocenti Hermosa Uvu. Something more normal than that. Shouldn't be too difficult. Any OST wishes today? You know what? I just want to listen to Ymir. I'm picking up the pieces. Yeah, none of them are even mine. I know it's insane, but I don't see. Just came back from the RNG video. I have to say, I'm very 50-50 on the RNG video. I feel like it's not a topic that can do well, and I feel like there's a lot of things that people will argue with me about in the video. So let's see. Let's see. Is there a way that a user, such as I, can see combined chat and live streams? I wish. They are on stream. They're in the bottom left corner. I don't know, there were a few people that left weird comments like, oh, this is not true RNG. It's like, it's kind of a wishy-washy word, right? Like, obviously I didn't mean that there would be no correlation between numbers at all. It's just none that, I mean, I said that there would be a correlation if you called it twice in a row. It fades away so fast. Oh! There might be settings I can change for that. Let me see. Let me see. Hide messages after 20 seconds. I can increase it to 40 maybe? Let's try that. Live in text in the video without video compression. I don't understand. We'll be starting one in a few days, and she was upset because I switched to this video from my favorite video, which is all Mario Odyssey cutscenes, but now she's fine. Babies are stupid like that. My baby's favorite thing, she's like almost 9 months now, is eating the remote. She like loves eating the remote. That's all she wants to do. Will we ever make a Yoshi Garden version with full console compatibility? Very unlikely. This kind of feels Yoshi, but I don't like the dots in the middle here. Wait. Yoshi's Tropical Palette. This one had great wood textures, right? Like this? I like this a lot. Oh, this is a nice one. Oh, this looks sick. Ooh, look at this. I like it a lot. You think you could have optimized more in the multiverse? I didn't make that hack. That's Rovart. Go bother him. Ask him to fix it. I didn't break it. It was not me. I'm innocent. This looks cool as fuck. What do you think of this? This is a sick combiner. We can increase the contrast with this slider here. And then we can increase like the brightness of it, like so. Oh, I like this a lot. Oh. Hello, Selvala. Stone slats? I don't know what stone slats you're talking about.
Return to Yoshi's Island is so good. Why isn't there a return to Yoshi's Island?
Because we haven't made the first one yet. So we had this scaled up by 2, and I don't like that. What? Oh, wrong thing. Another cropper. Hello, Sonic the Hedgehog. Huh, this looks surprisingly not like their CC, really. Going so fucking fast right now. Okay.
Tried so hard, I couldn't feel the flow.
Here's advice from R6 for ROM hacking. Start with a small hack.
My body took a toll. Now every knockout shows me a sign of who I'm meant to be. Infamous brawler, give me some time, I'll show you what I'm made of, you'll see. Push me to the edge, I'll fight back even more. Triumph to the rider who dreams of gold. I embrace the challenge, the ring it calls my name. The road I take will make me a champion. Be the one who lights the flame. Be the one who lights the flame. Be the one, be the one, be the one who lights the flame. I tried so hard, I couldn't feel the flow. With every battle, my body took a toll. Now every knockout shows me a sign of who I'm meant to be. Infamous brawler, give me some time, but I'll show you what I'm made of, you'll see. Push me to the edge, I'll fight back even more.
How large are they now? 73? And how large is this? 64. Hello, Ivan. Don't you make a Banjo Kazooie Romex? Nope. I don't even like Banjo and Kazooie. So the best person that is, can I contribute in some way? If not you, then to anyone. Dude, I definitely could use some textures. Although it's like, how are we going to put you on any specific one texture? I think that would be difficult to do. Isn't like Benji because he refuses to alert rather use based? True. I'm getting so many nonsense comments. This is the worst part about making a video. Using console compatible wouldn't be a case hack. I have bad news, dude. Most of my ROM hacks are not console compatible, like historically. I mean, this one is, but because for the longest time we used pretty bad ROM making tools. Many ROM hacks are not console compatible. Star Road was also not console compatible because it was made before Mario 64 hacking tools managed to make console compatible ROM hacks. For the longest time no one really cared about making hacks console compatible. We just wanted the funny Mario going bing bing wahoo, you know? But what the homebrew community says is like completely fair, where they say, well, you're not really making an N64 hack then, you're just making a video game. It's like, yeah, that do be true. It is kind of funny, like, in the grand scheme of things, how for the longest time the Mario 64 community was like such a pathetic part of the homebrew community. You guys know that picture where it's like, oh, guys that are into this, guys that are into this, and then there's like this one disgusting messed up creature and it's like guy who's into fucking ankle pits or whatever. That's what the Mario 64 community was for the longest time in the scheme of homebrew games. What brought you to the Return to Yoshi Island idea? Like whether the console selling game come from? I like Yoshi. That's kind of where the thought process ended. This looks very nice, holy shit. So I brushed up the game with the balls, never deloaded, so the bench lag on console. Yeah, a lot of Mario X after issue. Dude, I love this material. It looks so good to me. Is the dog floating? I guess it's on water. You want it to sink? Not sure if that's better. Dogs do have support pillars. Well, I didn't say that I'm not gonna add support pillars. Why would you make that assumption? But also there doesn't need to be support pillars, there could also be like floaties underneath. You know, maybe floaties are more playful. Maybe we have like a fun idea for floaties. That's nice. Yeah. Well, ideally you wouldn't even see that at tiles. And it's kind of... Do you see that at tiles? Let me think about this. Because I added a noise texture on top of it, so that it doesn't tile obviously. Like if you look at this, you don't really see it tiling, right? Because the noise texture above it makes these three tiles here that I'm standing on look very different compared to these tiles here. So the tiles are not identical, they just have the same shape. At least that's the intention. They have different wood markings. Alright, let's think about the water. What do we want for the water? Since this is like a tropical beach, I think we need some amount of waves. It's kind of crazy how easy it is to make a map look good if you just have like good shaders or good fixed function pipelines. I guess I'm not allowed to call this shaders anymore. But I'm playing on emulator, so while I am playing on emulator, these are shaders, fuck you. Sorry. We're thinking about just the water shader right now, tea time. So what's this? I'm seeing like open world Mario 64 game. This overworld is going to feel open world and there's not going to be loading zones, but I mean, calling this an open world is maybe a little cringe. What if this wasn't floating on wooden posts, but rather on rubber duckies? Open zone-esque roguelike is the proper term, thank you. Yes, okay, for the waves. I think I want this to be waves. And I want this to be waves going into the island. Oops. Oh yeah, look how poopy this looks by comparison. So giving waves directionality is a bit of an issue. Because yes, we can make a moving sine wave, but like it's going to just move like wherever it wants, right? So what's the proper way to handle this? The thing is, if we do want the waves to actually go into the island, we need to make them come from all directions. No, it's just, you know, the color transition here. DDD painting effect, but reversed. So we'd have like a point here, and we'd move the vertices out from there. Let me think about how this would actually do. Is it damn critique to say that the sand looks a bit too orange? Maybe it's just me, but I think a bright yellow I will have a bright yellow. No, that might be fair. I'm not really decided on this yet anyway. We might also just make this grassy after a little bit. For now I'm just trying to get some base textures going that look fine. Wind Waker or no clip, let's see. Where's Wind Waker? There we go. See outside islands? What the hell? Where's outside island? No search window? What the? Okay, let's just go to a random one. The Great Sea. Oh, this is cheap. Oh, you can. It's the same level. Seriously, are we considering the textures given the environment or the overworld? We're gonna be trying to set up decent shaders, but it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, so this would be pretty easy to do, to be honest. But are we satisfied with this? Does this look good enough? Dude, I'm looking at the GameCube game that is all about water, and I'm thinking this might not look good enough. Is Wind Waker and R6 with the same engine? Yeah, they have the same engine. Wait, what even is going on here? Do you see this? Huh? It's just flat? No, guys, this looks like shit. I know. I don't want this. This looks so bad. This looks so dumb. Why is there just flat nothing here and then the water just goes back and forth? This makes no sense. I am not okay with this. Let's think about something else. The wet sand does look cool. I like the wet sand. Can't really scale them anything but linearly. Not sure what you mean. Do they have Mario Sunshine here? Where is the Pinna Park? Oh, the water just disappears when you come close. Well, fucking great. How am I supposed to look at it? There's no waves at all here. Wave for 64 water? No. I'm actually not a Wave for 64 water fan. So what we could do is we could set a point into the middle of the island, and then we make the water move vertices here. The vertices appear on the far outside and dynamically build triangles between them, and they go up and down, and the further into the island they go, the lower they go, or the lower the amplitude goes. The problem I have with it is that swimming in it is going to be weird.
Like this. I then messed about with that for a while, applying sine waves that move over time and breaking it up with some noise, until I eventually stumbled upon a result that I was at least reasonably happy with.
Well, of course those shaders aren't really possible on the N64, but I think I understand the concept and we can do something kinda like it. Yeah, the main problem with the water is that if we add waves to it, swimming in it is going to be weird. Yeah, I mean we can do that bioback, but what about swimming on it? That's what I'm worried about. If we have too much waves, the swimming is gonna look weird. It's gonna be Mario's going underwater and above water. What if they flatten in a circle on Mario? I think that's also going to look extremely weird. Not if it's smooth enough. Get me thinking about this. We have a direction, we have an amplitude. We need the vertices to dynamically build triangles between them. How would I even achieve that? Can I make this a ring buffer maybe? Shit, man. Do we need to swim this area? No. I guess it could be a relatively calm sea, so we'd have waves that don't go very high. Think about this. If I make a ring buffer of waves, and they go into the islands by like lerping through a far away position and the position in the middle, and I dynamically build the whole thing. How would that look? Vertices spawn in. Well, no, there always needs to be a ring of vertices on the far outside with 0 transparency. Then a vertex spawns at that location, moves towards the middle of the island with a sine wave pattern. The last triangle on the list always connects to that. Can I hex tessellate this? I can't hex tessellate this because I would need to spawn it between that. How would I hex tessellate that? I think that's my main issue right now. Let me draw on paint here. So we have our island here, and then we'd have a function that defines 2 rays, something like this and this. There would be a bunch of outside vertices here. I'll mark the vertices black. We have a bunch of vertices here and a little bit of an arc. These would spawn vertices that travel in this direction here and go up and down on a sine wave. These spawned vertices would build a triangle like so, and then as soon as the next vertex is spawned, they will connect to that spawned vertex. So far, so easy, which means we will have lines of vertices like this that all go into the island, and we're gonna have connections like this. The problem I have with this is you can see the squares. And squares are really not nice looking for a wave effect like this. Yes, you would get a denser mesh closer to the shore, but considering the size of the island, it would not be significantly denser. It would be maybe like 10-15% denser. The problem I have with this though is that like they're here. That looks terrible. So maybe we need twice the vertices on the outside and we alternate between them so that we can get the hex tessellation. I think that's the way to go. That actually sounds like a good plan. They should try to... Yeah, that's why we double the vertices and get the in-betweens. That way we would actually like, you know, connect triangles like so. And then all of this here would have no transparency, and all of this here would have no transparency, and all of this would have no transparency. But you have to double to get the in-betweens. What's not double? It's like double minus 1. So someone said World 3 Aqua Star Stage 3. World 3 Aqua Star Kirby. there's maybe one problem with what I'm doing, and let me think about this. So the waves are going up and down in a sine wave fashion, and they're moving into the island. But does that look different at all from it just being a sine wave function? Yeah, I agree, Bioback. That would look good. Does what I'm saying look different from a sine wave at all? I don't think it is. I think it's just a sine wave using distance from the center of the island as a parameter. Are gears now waves? Let's look at that. Yeah. This is a lot of vertices. Each point on the surface rotates in a circle to produce the pattern. Okay, we definitely cannot afford that. But we can do like... maybe we can do like, you know, this shape here that waves seem to do. Or not quite like that, maybe more like so? How would we best do that? And this is also like such a wild ocean, right? This is like... look how this is like a full row. I don't know if I like that, being a full row like that. I don't really like this. We could maybe make this like a squished sine wave. Like instead of the input range being like this, we have the input range being like the first half like elongated and then the second half squished. By a fully random ocean, the distance and a flat section of a random would look great. Yeah. What did I do? Oh. What the fuck is this? Why can I not add this? Huh? What is this? Why can I not make an edge loop here? What the hell? This used to work, I'm pretty sure. I think all edges and subdivide them. Huh. I'm like very sure that you used to be able to do it. No way. It just sounds wrong. Sorry guys, I keep checking the comments because I'm getting so many people commenting questions. And I want to make sure everything goes over smoothly. Okay, this looks poopy. It's only 378 triangles though. Maybe if this was fanning less, it could kinda work. And then something like this could be used for making sure that it's not too obviously tiling. You know what I mean? Like this part. And then we can move them all inwards. But I'm still not convinced it looks different from literally just a sine wave. What if I use the vertices distance from 0? Or from like a fictional location as the input, and then just move this in a sine wave that I squish slightly. It's not an hexagonal pattern. Yeah, that's good. I didn't know it was done an hexagonal pattern, but that's good. Still thinking about it. Give me a little bit. We do that, and then... the problem is we need so many vertices for this to look anything decent, right? Let's use this location as a base for our circle here. Let's do a hexagon. Like 675 triangles. It's honestly not that much. What if you did something in wave phase where the tendency is higher on the player as Exenos with Flarial? I don't like that. I think it looks cheap. And it's also not really fitting. And wave phase it makes sense because they have very extreme waves. We don't really have that. The problem with this is that if we do go with that wave type, the Gerster wave, then it's not gonna be visible because the distance between these two is just too big. So we need traveling vertices, and if we have traveling vertices, this is going to be so much more expensive. Even with 25, it's nowhere near enough. So I think Gerster wave is out. We can't do it. That idea has to die. Or how was it called? Gerstner. Gerstner wave. Unless we did the density in like one direction higher than in the other, but wait. What if we double the density only along this line? That could kind of work. That has a potential. Let's try it. Fuck it. 8 million triangle water. You are correct. But it's fine. We have the performance. That should be enough. 16,000 triangles, okay. $4,000. 3,000. Yeah, I'm not sure 3,000 triangles really is a good idea. Yeah, it's not gonna work. We need a different wave. Water wave shape math. Is that like a cheaper alternative that doesn't look poopy like Sign, but better. It would have run smoothly. At least in this area. Amps of Sin X? No. I mean... Okay, I kinda see what you mean. It would be like minus apps Sin X if we went with that type of wave. What if we did that, but also stored? We have one along. We have okay. You know what? We should just try it. I have a couple ideas. We should just try them. Fuck it. We're gonna start doing stuff. So for this, I am going to go with a hex tessellation. And this was actually like a fine start. Poke it. Like, what the fuck? Do this. Probably want something kind of like this. Delete all the triangles you can't see or shouldn't see. Actually, for now, I'm not deleting any triangles. Fuck it. It's a waste of time. I'm gonna name this area 1 water. And delete this. Alright, let's make a quick and easy material. Doesn't have to do anything special. We'll just get something simple of like 2 water textures that are scrolling at the same time. This and maybe like a noisy one. Gonna make this part additive because it looks cool that way. Texture 1 can go fuck itself, I guess. Make it a little bit blue. Where's this texture here? Shit, okay, this looks terrible. I wanted to look at least like passable for now. Come on. Something like that. It's a quick vertex color 0 or alpha. Layer 5. Transparent. Okay, something like that, I guess. Just scrolls this direction, so I'm gonna just set T1 to 1. Alright. The texture and then behavior with parameter 39. Is this music to punch my CLC to? What's your CLC? My crying obese children. No, don't punch your crying obese children. Venus. No, not your Venus. Alright, so we got this. Then next I need to find the vertices distance from a point that I will pre-program. I can just use the texture items for this. Okay, that's way too far. Shit. I guess we can't use that. Keep forgetting, is up x plus or x minus? It's negative, okay. Define origin, fake number, let's just put this at 48,000. Alright, so this from origin is going to be so this should be between 0 and like 128,000. So we're going to divide this by 500. 0.256 or something like that. Well, not quite, but you get the idea. And then we also need a rotational value. So rotational offset going to be just 8 tenths between the two, so we get an angle. And then we can just set the flag to something like this. The height of this should be around 0, right? Where's the texture now? -7 for 1. Let's just do that. So this doesn't quite work yet. Oh, let's do this. And I forgot this. In a lot of watershed, let's use depth buffer comparison for C4. I'm guessing that is impossible. Probably is possible, but you would have issues with emulators. which I want to avoid. Cool. What went wrong? Wait, how could this possibly be going wrong? I actually do not see anything that could crash. What the hell? No, they're not cheap, they're like 30 seconds each. TLB exception on load. What the fuck? In back free of cross? Why is there a back free of cross here? Oops. Not what I meant to do. Why is there a back free of cross here? I see. Because it treated every single one of these as a collision triangle. It wasn't even the code I wrote that crashed, it was the engine. Okay. There's my water. Ah, there's my water. Bizarre. It looks like some of these values are beyond 32,000. Yeah, if you look at this beyond 32,000, that means it will not work. It's too big. Can you see the video on the math library for this? Kind of, I guess. Most of the math is my own functions. But obviously they are the same functions as the original Mario 64 game had. So it's like rewritten versions of those, I guess. What the hell? Let's just make sure it can't be my code. It is my code. And why are the vertices floating? Who put them here? Not me. Oh, I did put them here. Okay, how can my code cause it to... Are these done with the translate comments? No, they're not. What the hell? How is it possible that setting the Y value moves it like that? That is a little crazy. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Unless it's going like so high that it just breaks. See wave height max? Yes. There's supposed to be a height to the waves. Okay, very bizarre. Surely Synth is defined properly here. Oh, wait. Why is it adding flag? Oops. Leftover from a copy-pasted code snippet. That would explain it. Well, the waves are so low that it's like difficult to see anything. It's going well, Twister. It becomes obvious when you have like a Mario for comparison, I think. No. Do I not increment the water phase, maybe? Yep, I forgot to do that. Cool. Now we should have waves. Let me also make the water semi-transparent, just because it's gonna look a lot better. Now we should have waves. I like the waterworld nice idea for a new level hack. It's cool looking, but I don't see how that can be a level. The face is a little too fast for my taste. Yeah, I use Project 64. The bad thing is that if someone makes a virus, they can hack you with it. But I'm not making a virus, I'm hacking myself. So using this for development is perfectly fine. I mean, this looks decent, but it's not decent. It goes way too high up and down, and the wave effect is not really that visible. So I'm not really a fan of it. It's beautiful, it does not look good, unfortunately. My compile time so fast because I have a it's like a small project. Why would the compile times be long? I guess is the question. You like how high tide water washes over the dock? I don't like that. Well, I guess it would be better if it didn't like literally clip through the dock. But yeah, the problem I have with it is Mario in the water is looking very rough. So we do have to disable the waves around Mario. And I want to make sure the water doesn't clip through the dock like that. Maybe we do something like this. 25 coordinates down. -766. And I think maybe we can add this as part of the equation. Angle multiplied by 8. 8 is not a good value. Let's do 64. Wave height can be 30 then. And then I'm thinking also maybe editing the vertex colors dynamically so that when it goes down you can actually see it being down. Because right now the only reason you can see it being up or down is because it's relative to something else. And I think the face is way too much. Let's do 128. We don't need to subtract 1. We don't need this anymore. Maybe I can even do a face of 45. Okay, that turned out awful. So I accidentally squared the wave height max. I think this is going to be way too fast now. Yeah, okay, but it's becoming visible. It's just too fast. 512, 0x10 maybe? This looks more like an ocean to me. Now it's starting to look good. But it's still got this problem where Mario's literally just floating in air. But I think we can maybe solve that by allowing programmed water height. Looks backward? It looks backward? Really? It's false to me. And I think we need some depth in there, so I am going to do something even cooler. Can you tint the vertex by inside? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. That was exactly my plan, to get some depth in there. Gonna look wrong. Oops. It's going to look very wrong, but that might look cool. Okay. Why does it look like it's writing to the alpha value? Maybe we should keep the dark blue there, and then it's gonna look better. A little bit. I don't like how red it looks there. Yeah, it's just an old request to add some Easter eggs without telling the audience so they find them and actually playing. I did that. If I added Easter eggs without telling my audience, how would you know I added the Easter egg? Think about that. There's so many Easter eggs in this game, you have no idea. What if we turn up the min brightness a little bit? I just don't get why it's becoming, or why it appears to be so transparent. Because it definitely is not transparent, but it looks very transparent. I think I have an idea. It's a weird material. Yep, coloring the floor. Oh, I think this is it. Oops. think I can make this a little more blue now. Something like that. And there was a space missing between the wave height max and something else when subtracting something, can't remember where. Is space missing? Space doesn't usually do anything. So that probably doesn't do a difference. Yep, I like this a lot now. I think something like this is what we were looking for. I also love that our combiner like takes out the noise, so the sand underwater looks a lot less noisy, which is very fitting. And I think it looks like all the waves are coming into the middle here because of the thing, the texture. There's one change I'd like, and that is, instead of the vertex coordinates being like flat here, I want them in a curve. So the question is, how do I do that? Maybe like so. Should fade the edges with whatever. That's exactly what I've done. But yes, it's not finished. The more butch and bob I'm done, it definitely will. Okay, I think the slight curvature made it even better. Now the waves actually look properly going into the island. But it looks very tropical. That's good. And all you need is one or two good RSP state setups, aka not shaders. The palette has had no thought behind it. I don't think the palette is very good yet. Like, sure, the water and sand look nice together, but then the mountains don't work with it. And also the sand and the mountains work well together, but then the water doesn't go with it. And also this looks nice, but then nothing else goes with it. The saturation's all over the place. Looks really good. Do you think it needs a level of detail? Why are you saying that? It's only 600 triangles, and I haven't even removed the invisible ones yet. Or if you want like a fake level of detail, what you could do is we could remove a few vertices at the end here. I don't know, there's many ways we can reduce the performance impact of this if it is an issue without really affecting the visuals. Like, we could do that. Or something like it. You need foam near the shore. I agree with the foam near the shore. So what the next step here would be is we cut out the triangles that we don't need, and then around islands like this here, we like pick, for example, these vertices here, and we map the foam onto it and make the foam go into the island. And we're gonna make these vertices move the exact same way the foam does, and then we're gonna use the height of the vertex here to decide the opacity of the foam. Does that make sense? So like, the more its downwards velocity is, the more foam would be there. Or, wait, this is an even cooler thing. I didn't even show this, but this is a thing we can do. I hate that you need semicolons. Those are not energy drink cans. They are literally sparkling water. Yep, it's bubbly. You see what I mean here? Now we have much higher waves on the outside than on the inside. On the inside, it's like barely going up and down, and then the outside we have gigantic waves. The one that's stuck is just a warp that I marked for the crab. I would never drink an energy drink. God, I was actually down to 195 pounds today, this morning. Actually 194 or 3 even, I measured tonight. From like 215. And it's an accident, I didn't mean to lose weight, but I just lost 20 pounds. Doesn't need to line up. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. Maybe practical in terms of RAM and counter storage to mention these doing SSDs. No, I'm not going with an 8 megabyte game. I'm going with 64 megabytes. So I'm limiting myself to end of the N64's lifespan. If you managed, made water. Anyway, I'll be honest, I'm feeling pretty done for today. Tomorrow is Easter and I will not be able to stream, but maybe Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. So, I will see you guys next stream. Bye bye!